Hello and welcome to our video all about breathing. So there's a lot of information we could share, but I wanted to do a little bit of background information before we actually get you lying down on the floor or sitting upright to actually practice breathing. It's a little, I feel like a bit of a salesman trying to sell you on this whole concept of breathing, but there are many reasons why. And especially when we talk about your pain management toolbox, breathing is a really crucial part of it, and I'll tell you why. But first, we're going to talk a little bit more about one of the most important muscles in your body, one that does not get nearly enough recognition, and it is the diaphragm. Okay, we cannot talk about breathing without talking about the diaphragm. The reason why it's one of the most important muscles in your body is because if it is not working, we cease to exist. Okay, plain and simple. The cool thing about the diaphragm is that we have both voluntary and involuntary control over our breathing. So you will continue to breathe, but we also have that ability to be able to play around with and control our breath. And so that's where our health benefits really start to kick in, when we can start to sort of become a little more savvy around how we are breathing. Especially in our chronic pain community, we really pay close attention to our breathing because structurally, it can help us to access our nervous system. And emotionally, and structurally, that nervous system is really important for helping to control our emotional health and our physical pain. So when we talk about breathing and the stress response, we're talking about really two systems within your nervous system. You may have heard these terms before, but we have both the parasympathetic system and the sympathetic system. We're going to talk first about the sympathetic system, which is responsible for arousal, for action, for that fight or flight response that you've probably heard so much about. It's considered a catabolic system, which means that it draws from our body's energy to be able to get things moving. It uses our body's energy for fuel, okay? It is accessed through that shallow breath. So if you've ever been under stress, or if you felt like you had to get moving pretty quick, your body really only has time to tap into that shallow breath, which comes from your upper chest, okay? And then we're going to talk a little bit about the parasympathetic system, which is something that we can actually tap into a little bit to help with our chronic pain. And it is what governs our rest and digest, and what's really important is your regeneration, okay? It builds up and repairs the body, and it is considered more of an anabolic system, which means that we can access it through the deep belly and the deep belly breathing, okay? So that's why when doctors will say breathe through it, this is what they're talking about. We're actually impacting the nervous system. Okay, so I'm hoping that this helps to give you a little more context around why the breathing is really important and how it can be impactful. In our next video, we're going to talk you through how to actually breathe so that you can tap into that nervous system and then eventually mitigate your chronic pain. Thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic day.